A tough shot. Man, forget the shot caliber of a shot we got out of that. Wow, it goes in and out right at the buzzer. Westbrook's all over him. Oh my, it's like 3/4 of the way down there. Okay, now not forgetting the caliber of shot. Oh, okay. I don't want to dwell on this because it was a good game. It was a good performance. But why is every play out of the timeout RJ step back? He's good. He can make these shots sometimes. We our offense that has been cooking all game. You take it out of their hands to create, and it's just an RJ ISO step back. I don't know. And it's not just this game, it's other games. It's just frustrating that that's what it comes down to. But in the end, look, he almost makes it. It makes me eat my words. So it is what it is. But for the Raptors, I was saying it's tough to feel bad because they played well. It's a rebuilding team that played well and narrowly lost to the Denver Nuggets here, right? But something about blowing another late fourth quarter lead really does sting. So let's break it down in tonight's post-game show. Again, good performance. The Raptors falter late. They led by double digits late, but still lose 121-119. Another game where the Raptors need to learn from because they can't quite close these games out, and we'll try to figure out why that's the case over the course of the post-game show here. But if you enjoyed what you see from it, make sure you do smash that like button and consider subscribing as well for more Raptors content like this, whether it be the live streams, whether it be the post-game shows. So 121-119 loss here for the Raptors. Second time in a row they're leading very late against the Nuggets and end up blowing it. Blowing it's a strong word, but it does kind of feel that way. And it all comes down to the last 5 minutes when it gets into the clutch. And it wasn't even in the clutch at that point because it was more than it was like an 8 to 10 point game, 5 minutes left for the Raptors. But last 4 minutes, this team just really struggles to get offense. And it's baffling because for so much of the game, the offense looked terrific and the ball movement looked terrific and Grady Dick looked terrific. But late game situations, it just goes away from that. It turns into an ISO-centric game. And the Raptors kind of give this one away. They deserve to win, but they kind of just give it away once again. And late turnovers definitely didn't help. 5 turnovers in the game from RJ Barrett, 4 turnovers from Grady Dick, 3 of which were late. But I don't want to spend a lot of time on the negativity surrounding that. You're playing a team that has championship pedigree, that's been in these spots, knows how to get over the line. And again, you've got to take lessons from these and learn how you're going to finish off these games, how the players are going to become more comfortable in those environments to get over the line, how the coaching staff are going to continue to scheme ways to get players their looks even in the last few minutes. And that just hasn't happened here. And honestly, a lot of what it comes down to is the Raptors just cannot get a stop late. It didn't help that the refs were poor. The Nuggets shot 38 free throws today. The Raptors shot 18. A lot of soft whistles out there definitely didn't help, but it stings. And it stings more than it should. The Raptors are now 2-6, and coming into the game, I said this is the happiest 2-5 fan base you will ever see. We're going in with no expectations. Losses are fine, but the team is playing well. The young players look fantastic. Grady Dick looks amazing and still continue to look amazing in this game, except for the last 4 minutes of the game. There is a lot to love about what's going on with the Toronto Raptors right now. But, having this one slip through your hands does sting a little bit. But there was a lot to like, as I said. A lot of what to like was in the box score. Jakob Poeltl, before fouling out, and a pretty soft call, I will say, goes 11 of 18 for 24 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and a block. Filled up the stat sheet. Could have used them for the late game stretch before which we didn't have him for because he fouled out. Grady Dick, 10 of 20, 26 points, 5 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Defense was electric in the first half from him, and he is so good at finding himself open opportunities on offense. It just wasn't quite there in the fourth quarter. I think it was only 2 fourth quarter points, unfortunately, for Grady Dick. But another fantastic game for the sophomore shooting guard. RJ, not his best game as a shooter, as a scorer. He's 2-11 from 3 with 18 points. You know, bad games can happen. What I don't like about this stat line is the fact that he took 11 threes. We don't need that high of a volume of 3-point looks for Barrett. I'd much rather see more interior stuff and more pick and roll ball handler stuff. He's been terrific as a pick and roll ball handler, and was again today. 9 assists for RJ Barrett is great, and that's fantastic. RJ's been getting some shit for some of the last shots he's been taking. Honestly, like, I put more of that on the coaching for not coming up with better plays. Like, all of last year, the last play of the game was always give the ball to this guy and that's it. Hope and pray. I feel like we can do better than this. And RJ's being tasked, you know, last play of the third quarter, step back. RJ ISO step back. Second last play of the fourth quarter, it was a RJ Barrett ISO, which he broke Payne Watts' ankles, granted, before getting fouled. And then it was another side out because they had a foul to give. And then the last play, 5.5. It was only 5.5 seconds, but a super contested look. And it nearly drops, right? It nearly drops, but we can scheme better. Agbaji continues to impress, 14 points on 5-11 shooting. Mitchell, I feel like he was less impressive than his box score suggests, but he had 13 points, 5 of 11, 8 assists. The playmaking's there. The offense isn't really as consistent as I'd like it. Off the bench, Mobo in 20 minutes. Solid in his 20 minutes. Jamal Shed, solid in his 17 minutes. Walter, still finding his footing in the league. Boucher, I maybe would have liked to see a bit more play time. But, yeah, Darko was going for the win here. And the Raptors just can't quite get it off. Yeah, again, it's frustrating the way it goes down in the end, how they lose. But to fight like this, to narrowly lose once again, it's a testament to the talent this team is displaying. Doing this all without Emmanuel Quickley and Scotty Barnes as well, it is impressive, and there is a lot to like. It just stings the manner in which it goes down, like it rims out at the buzzer on a shot that I don't particularly like, and they blow a late double-digit lead. That part stings, but there is so much good stuff to take away from this game still. For the Nuggets, for what it's worth, Jokic has 28 points, 14 rebounds, 14 assists. A pretty loaded stat line. He had 48 PRA here. That is something special. Strother was good. Watson had some big moments late. Westbrook with one of his best performances of the season. Brown even efficient. Yeah, I mean, what I get from this, the Raptors couldn't get stops. Their offense is fun, which makes these games entertaining, but their defense is pretty abysmal, albeit with some poor officiating. Again, 38 free throws for the Nuggets compared to 18 for the Raptors. Couldn't get stops late. Absolutely not. Turnover battle, what was it in the end? 17-14. So the Nuggets at 12 at halftime. They cleaned it up a little bit. The Raptors had a lot of late turnovers, and in the end, actually, the Nuggets outscore us in points off turnovers. That kind of cost the Raptors too. But yeah, I had a bit of negative thoughts here. I don't want to keep coming into these streams going, they played really well and lost, great for rebuilding. It is, but want it to be a bit more critical because at some point, let's really start to learn about this team and learn where things are going wrong late. Why is this team finding it difficult to close things out? That's just merely what I'm trying to suggest here. But hey, man, we're rebuilding. We played well and narrowly lost to the Denver Nuggets. Not only will I go to sleep easy because it's really late, it's 12:30 a.m. in the morning, 12:30 in the morning, I'll sleep fine knowing this team is in a great place for this season, even with the injuries, and is in a very good place going forward, considering the young talent on this team. Rest assured, there are better days ahead, and days like today will be the reason there are better days ahead because it is a very good learning curve for this team to have. Hopefully, some of these narrow losses do start to turn into wins, though.